Good morning, Year 11. I'm sorry I'm not there today to help you get on with this activity, but I'm sure you will manage absolutely fine without me. What I'd like you to do today is work in pairs with one of the images that we talked about in class yesterday. So I've isolated 5 of those kind of central recurring symbols and motifs that we've seen throughout the text. So I'd like you to pair up. There's 5 of them and there's 11 of you, so you'd have to work kind of 2 and a third person on each one, so one group will have to be 3. And so between you, decide who's going to work together and who's going to deal with these 5 different ideas. So one group works with the idea of things being 10 to 2. So that's obviously mainly dealing with a clock with the time painted on it, but also maybe there are other things that are not quite 2. One group's going to deal with the hole in the universe and sort of what is the significance of this, what does it mean in these different places, and does it shape, does it change in any way this shape of the hole in the universe. One group's going to work with Papachi's moth. So what is the significance in terms of the family heritage? What does it mean, the idea of Papachi's moth throughout the text? One group is going to deal with the idea of locust stand I, which obviously we talked about before is a malappropriation of a Latin phrase. So kind of see but what is the significance of this phrase and what role does it play within the text. And lastly, one group is going to deal with the motif of the history house, or the symbol of the history house that keeps recurring. What is the importance of that symbol? Why do we keep getting this history house popping up throughout the text? So you've got the page references there to some of the places where these symbols or motifs reoccur throughout the novel. They're not the only places. You might have other spots that you want to look at, absolutely fine, but they're just to kind of get you started. So what I'd like you to do today is get together in your pair, examine these particular passages in detail and see what exactly is Roy trying to say with these specific images in these specific places. Next, I'd like you to formulate that idea into a sole topic sentence. So express that the purpose of this symbol or this motif in a topic sentence. So with exploring this particular image, Arundhati Roy is attempting to something, right? So kind of make a topic sentence about your particular motif. And then get together as a group again and try to write a paragraph proving that topic sentence. So use the evidence that you've come up with to support that idea. So you might find other techniques that are built into this specific image. What are the connotations? What are the ideas? What are the representations that are inferred through your particular motif? And what is the significance of it? So that you've got a fairly cohesive paragraph between you for tomorrow's lesson. The next step of this activity, which is going to be tomorrow, so Friday, tomorrow, Friday, is for you to move around the classroom. So leave your partner and go and find 2 other people from 2 other groups and exchange ideas. Have them tell you about their particular image and what that image represents. Take some notes. You don't need to write down their paragraph verbatim. You don't need the whole thing word for word, but you want to get the core of what does their particular image represent in their chapter. Once you've met 2 other people and you've heard their motif unraveled and explained, then you return to your original partner and you tell them about one of these images that you've learned about, which hopefully means that most of you have explored all but one of the motifs, or at least you've all had a sample of 3 out of the 5 motifs, so that you've got a sense of how Roy works with recurring symbols throughout her text. and this should equip you for Monday's lesson, when we're going to finish off what we started talking about in terms of the river. We're going to explore what the river does, and then we're going to bring all of these symbols together into the terminus scene on page 300 and 301. So if you finish with this and you're out of activity, but you've got lesson time left, either on today, on Thursday, or tomorrow on Friday, then use that lesson time to maybe go and revisit the terminus chapter in page 300 and 301 and see what happens with the interplay and the balance between all these symbols in that particular scene. I hope you enjoy yourselves, and I shall see you all on Monday.